everyone, I'm Karla and welcome to my art studio. I am an artist that specializes in hand-painted silk. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I color in, paint in a silk scarf with dyes. Now this piece has already had resist applied to it, and I will put a quick link above here, above to the right, to that video if you want to see how I apply resist to the silk. But in this particular video today, I'm going to show you how I fill in the resist, how I color in the piece. Really hope you like this video of this rhododendron design, and yeah, sit back and enjoy. Hey everyone, this is what the piece looked like when the resist was all done and dry, and I did another video of me applying the resist to this piece, so I'll put a link to it in the upper right if you want to watch that too. Here I am starting to apply dye to this piece. I work with a very limited palette. I just use red, yellow, and blue, and black. All of the colors you see in that larger palette I actually mixed from the red, yellow, and blue that I've purchased. The dyes that I use right now and that I've been using over the last few years are Tinfix dyes, which are actually made by Sennelier, but Sennelier is discontinuing those dyes, so everyone using Tinfix has to switch to a new dye. And I ran out of Tinfix blue, so I'm trying out some Tinfix blue or some Dupont blue, sorry, in this piece. So anything made with blue, such as green or purple, now has this Dupont blue in it. So we'll see how that goes. If I don't like the way the Dupont works, then I will likely try Jacquard red label next. I have some smaller bottles to sample of their colors as well. All of these three dyes, the Tinfix, the Dupont, and the Jacquard red label, I am told play well together, so they all mix fine. I steam set my dyes and they all steam set fine together, so everything will be color fast in the end, so I'm not too worried about that. For me, it's more what exact colors they use, because every dye manufacturer uses a little bit of a different red, a little bit of a different yellow, and a little bit of a different blue. So I need to find the one that works the best with my designs. So I'm experimenting, as I said, right now with Dupont. So I never like any one shape to be just one color. So you'll see me adding darker points where the shapes are overlapping, where I want it to look like one shape is behind another shape. And then I'll add water to dilute the color to make it be different shades of that pink. And that pink and red mixed together is what I'm using there. It's a fuchsia color and then a red color. And the red color was mixed by adding the fuchsia with the yellow, and you get different shades of red, and that's the red that I've got. I pre-mix those colors in my big palette so I can get the color immediately when I need it, and I don't have to hunt for it every single time. If I'm doing a large area of background, I will prepare color separately inside of a cup to make sure that I have enough to do the entire background, especially if I want that entire background to be one color. So the resist I'm using is a permanent resist. It's Jacquard permanent resist. I would love to use anything made by Sennelier. Sennelier is my all-time favorite, but they no longer ship to America. You can get that if you're over in Europe. And I've tried to get the Dupont dyes on the advice of a couple of silk painters that have certainly much more experience than me, and the same rule applies. I can't get them over here in the States, so I am using a Jacquard permanent resist. This resist works about 98% of the time. I have to make sure that the resist has sunk all the way through the fabric and that there's no gaps in the line, so that the dye cannot sneak out or get around the fence, get around the resist fence. The resist are all the lines that are in black in this particular piece. So I'm just continuing to color in the foreground. With all my pieces, I generally color in the foreground, and then when I get the foreground all done, I play with that color set. In fact, here it is. Here's the foreground all done. I play with that color set against different backdrops to see which backdrop I like best. In some cases, I will print out the piece and do some watercolor behind it or some stamping behind it, or I will put it on the computer and use Procreate, which is available on the iPad, and allows me to play very easily with the background colors. You can see it on the left there, my iPad with a Procreate image. And what I've done is I've imported a photograph of the image into Procreate, and then it treats it like a line drawing, and then I am able to put different backgrounds on it. And then in this particular case, I really like the dark green to the black background, and so that's what I chose to do. One of the reasons why I like this so much is because we have a small pond out by our deck, and the deck is surrounded by rhododendrons. And when you look from the deck through the rhododendrons down to the pond, the background is a really dark green, and it just makes these red flowers, pinkish red flowers, pop. It really makes them just come forward, and it's really an exciting vibrancy of colors that you see. And of course, red and green are opposite each other on the color wheel, so that's part of that. Complementary colors tend to generate a certain excitement. But the green, especially with the black, it muted to a gray, so it wasn't so much excitement that it was obnoxious, but it definitely really creates a vibrant piece, and I really like that vibrancy that it created. So here I am painting more of the background. And I really wanted it to be kind of mottled, if you will. So I did black in some areas and the green and the gray to show how, to create depth, to show how behind some of the flowers it really just fell away towards the pond, and how in other places where the flowers were closer to you, the background was lighter. Just really gave me the opportunity to really play with these two colors and create different variations and variegate the color a lot. So here I am continuing to go. And I did make up green, enough green to make sure I had enough for the background. It's a dark, rich forest green. And then I did start adding some brighter yellow colors to it to kind of create some vibrancy in the background when I thought it was getting a bit too dull. And you'll get to see that as I get further on. I started to do more of that lighter, vibrant green in there. This particular piece is 36 inches square, and it's intended to be a 36-inch square scarf. It has the rhododendron design, and then it has 3 hummingbirds. You can see one hummingbird there I'm about to do the edge of. And these rhododendrons grow in my yard here. I must have 20 or 30 rhododendron bushes. And they were planted by the previous owner, not by me. And they're just beautiful. There's red ones and pink ones. And they're just absolutely gorgeous. I feel very blessed. There you can see the water leaked into my brush overreached and went into one of the leaves, and I went ahead and added water to the rest of the leaf in order for there not to be a water stain. By adding water to the rest of the leaf, it ends up looking like a different shade of green, like the leaf is partially turned and not hitting the light all the way across the leaf surface. And that's a nifty trick when you do have incidents like that where your brush accidentally invades another space. And there I am adding more of that brighter yellow color, and you can see to the left of where I'm painting right now as well, there is some more of that brighter yellow color. I really like the way the brownish red in the stems of the rhododendron really set off the design and made it really look like it was three-dimensional. The hummingbirds are in front, and some of the flowers are in front. Then there's the leaves, and then heading towards the background are the the trunks of the rhododendron, the stems of the rhododendron, and then heading back into the black and the green, even a darker background where, as I told you, when I was looking at the rhododendrons that surround our pond from the deck, the pond actually was behind all of that, and that's where that dark blackness comes in. I just really, really like the way this piece came out, and I've told people I'm going to put it on Etsy, and I don't know, I really like this piece. I kind of want to keep it for myself. Here the piece is all done, and I'm going to switch in a second to a couple of other views so you can see what it looks like all the way across, because the camera kind of took it at an angle there. So there's one view, and then in a second it's going to switch to, so you can see all four corners straight on. And here's what it looks like. I really, really like the way this piece turned out. Hi everyone, I really hope you enjoyed the video of me filling in the rhododendron design. If you like the video, press the thumbs up button below. If you'd like to find out about when I'm putting out new videos, you can press the subscribe button. It's free, but it can then you can get notifications about when I put out the next video. And if you press the arrow down button, you will get more information about the materials that were used in today's video, including some information about the resist, even though that was in another video. You will also get information about my website, and on the right hand side of my website are the links to all my sales pages, my Fine Art America page if you're interested in prints, my Etsy page if you're interested in originals and Jacquards, and I also have a gallery of past pieces on my website, so you can check that out as well. Until next time, I will see you in the art studio. Bye!